Greetings, my tribe. Welcome to the huddle. Several parents have asked me to make a video on how to discipline your children without hitting them. I know that a lot of parents, we don't want to be strict with our kids because we were hit a lot. I mean, my mom used to hit us for everything. It didn't matter. And my daughters, I hit them on occasion. They're in their 40s now. And I have 3 granddaughters. One just turned 22 today, and the other one's 30, and the other one's 10. So I have a lot of experience with children in and out of the classroom. I took college courses on child development and psychology. I've taken psychology classes. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychologist, so psychiatrist. So I just want to put that disclaimer. But I want to present a couple of situations to you that have really worked for me, and you'll see how this works. So the first situation I'm going to put is when I worked at a preschool in Buckhead. There was, the kids were playing in their centers. We call centers we had the block center, we had the kitchen center, we had the dress-up center. So we were going to go on the playground. And so I told the kids, okay, clean up. And I was playing the cleanup song. So that one of the little boys, he said, I don't want to clean up. And I said, well, you have to clean up. You played, you made the mess, you need to clean up. I don't want to clean up. My mommy says I don't have to clean up. I said, well, is mommy here? And he said, no. And I said, well, you need to clean up your things because everyone else is cleaning up. It's the right thing to do, So he just said no. And I said, okay. So I cleaned up, I helped the other kids clean up everything. And we made a line to go to the playground. When we got to the playground, the kids were all excited and everybody took off running to the equipment. And when he went to run to the equipment, I said, hold on, Jason. These are not their real names. Jason, hold on a second. Nope, you can't play. You can't play on the playground. Why not? I want to play. I said, no, you didn't want to clean up, so now you have to sit here with me. And he started crying, and I said, even if you cry, you still need to sit here. That's what happens. Playing is a privilege. And if you don't clean up, you lose your privileges. So I sat him down, and he sat there. You sit them down according to their age. Let's say, this little boy must have been about 4 years old. He sat there for about 4 to, let's say, 10 minutes. It depends. When he was sitting there, I told him, I said, are you having fun? No, I'm not having fun. I said, well, that's what happens when we don't clean up. And so, obviously, I think I left him there for like 7 minutes. And so I said, okay, are you going to clean up next time? Yeah. I said, okay, go ahead. Go play. Have fun. And he went and played. Now, the next time he was in my class, I said, clean up time. I'm going to put on the cleanup song. And I put it on. And sure enough, he was cleaning. He was cleaning real fast. He was one of the best ones to clean. Why? Because he wants to play. And that's what you teach them when you do situations like that. It is in life, the choices we make, we have to either suffer the consequences or get the benefits of the consequences. And that's what you're teaching them when you do this kind of method. Now there are these 2 little brothers that I take care of quite often because their mom and dad like to go out a lot. I take care of them for date night, weddings, whatever. And I took care of them this past Saturday. The oldest one, who's 5 years old, one's 5, one's 3. The oldest one wasn't listening. I had to repeat everything 4 and 5 times because he just was not listening. And I told him, I said, look, you're not listening tonight. I don't know why you're not listening, but I don't like it. I don't like to repeat things 4 and 5 times. And he said, I'm listening. No, you're not. You need to put on your listening ears. Now, these are phrases that you use. That way they can know right away what you're talking about. And so I took them a bath because that's what I always do. After they came out of the bathtub, the 5-year-old asked me, can we play the Angry Bear game? Which is basically, okay, so they have a teepee in their bedroom. And what I do is they go inside the teepee and hide, and I come roaring in like a bear, and I shake the teepee and I try to grab them, and they're laughing, like crazy, and they just really love that game. So when he asked me to play the game, I said, no, not tonight, because you're not listening. I'm listening, I'll listen. I said, no, maybe next time. Oh, can we please play the game? I said, no, I told you several times you're not listening. When you listen, we'll play the game. Maybe next time. So you have to have follow through. You have to stick through it. And I didn't play that night. Now maybe this next time I'm scheduled to take care of him next weekend. If he listens, we'll play the game. And when I get there, when I arrive, I'll tell him, if you listen tonight, we'll play that game, the Angry Bear game. It's up to you. It's your choice. So you leave the decision up to them. They can choose to do it or not to do it, but they will have consequences to their behavior. And that is real life. Consequences. Now, at one point that night, later, he still wasn't listening. So I said, fine. I said, you know what? I said, you need a timeout. I said, I want you to sit here. You're going to sit here in your corner. And his brother, of course, was following him because he's 3. And he wasn't listening either. So I put him in another corner. And they were giggling and crawling towards each other. I said, no. You need to stay here and you need to stay here. And if you make any noise or giggling, you're going to stay longer. And so they sat there for a couple of minutes. And then I let them out of the corner, and then they started listening. But what you need to do is you need to take away their privileges. That's a consequence. Now, I have had children that I've had to sit in a chair because they're not listening, and they start crying, and they start getting out of the chair. And I tell them, oh, do you want me to sit on your lap? No, I don't want you to sit on my lap. Okay, well, you better stay in that chair. Stay in the chair. You weren't listening, or you were throwing toys, or whatever they were doing. You need to stay in the chair until you're ready to go back to playing. But you're not ready right now. And, you leave the choice to them. The choice is still theirs. They can choose to behave badly and get those consequences, or they can choose to listen, act accordingly, because kids are not stupid. People think kids are, he's just a baby. No, they know exactly what they're doing. And they can make the choice. Choose to listen, choose to act accordingly, and you'll reap the benefits. Now, the reason it's so important for your child to listen to you is because you know the dangers of things. The child opens the door and they want to run to the park across the street without even looking to see if a car's coming. This is why you need to teach them, grab my hand. Okay, now we're going to, don't shoot out in the middle of the street. I worked with a little girl that her previous nanny told me that she would run all over the place. I mean, she ran that household. Very difficult. Both the children were very, very difficult. They did whatever they wanted to, whenever they wanted to, however they wanted to. Children need to know what the expectations are. They need clear guidelines. And when you provide clear guidelines and expectations, it makes the child feel safe. They feel like they can trust you. Now, I saw this video where this mother was taking a picture of her daughter in front of a tree. I think the little girl was graduating from elementary school or something. And all of a sudden, the mother says, "Come here, quick, step forward." And the girl immediately obeyed and stepped forward to the mom. Well, the mom hadn't noticed that there was a big black snake on that tree the girl was standing in front of. Now, had that child argued with her, well, why do I need to step forward, and backed up and leaned on the tree, she could have been bitten by the snake, right? So they don't know the dangers. We do. And by setting clear guidelines, they trust you and they feel safe. Children feel very safe with me. They love when I babysit because they know what the expectations are. They also feel my love, and I hug them, and I bring them, little toys from the 99-cent store, and we do stickers, and we did a puzzle the other night, and I just ordered through Amazon 4 more puzzles, and I'm going to bring those over next weekend. So we do a lot of things together, a lot of fun things together. We watch movies together, but they know that they can count on me. Now, when I put them to bed, the 5-year-old tries to argue with me, but so I explain it to him why he has to go to bed at 9 o'clock. I say, Mom and Dad said they want you in bed by 9 o'clock. You have a soccer game tomorrow. And he starts arguing. Well, no, I remember they said. I said, look, Mommy told me 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. You're going to bed. No, but it's just that this discussion is over. Okay, it's over. I follow Mom and Daddy are my boss. I follow their directions. And you as a parent can tell them, no, 9 o'clock is your bedtime. This discussion is over. You don't have to have this long, elaborate discussion with your child. You're the parent. You're the boss. I think a lot of parents are forgetting that. A lot of parents are forgetting that it's okay to be the boss of your children. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, is this technique of making them lose their privileges and pay consequences, is it brain surgery? No, it's not, but it really works. I'm telling you, I've been taking care of children for years, in and out of the classroom. I've done it with my grandchildren, and I did it with my children. Now, you could give them choices. Do you want to watch a movie, or do you want to put together a puzzle? But they're not saying, no, I want to go outside. No, it's raining outside. I mean, you're explaining to them that it's raining outside. We're not going outside. I want to go outside, throwing a temper tantrum. No. The choices are, you want to watch a movie or you want to put together a puzzle, and you let them know that you're serious about that. You decide what the choices are, not them. The other night, I took the 5-year-old's tablet from him because he wasn't listening still after all that, but that's fine. This technique works. I know, I've used it. You just have to be consistent. I took his tablet, and he was upset, obviously, but I told him, no, you're not listening. You don't get to play with your tablet. Now, if you use the word privilege, they ask you what privilege is, and you can explain that to them. But you just you reinforce the fact that you're serious with what you're saying, and they will act accordingly, I guarantee you. When they act appropriately, you praise them. You let them know that you're proud of them. And you let them know also what the expectations are. When I arrive next Saturday, I'm going to ask the little boy, so what is it that I expect you to do today? And he's probably going to look at me baffled, but I'm going to tell him, I expect you to listen tonight. Okay? And he'll say yes, and he will do it, believe me. And if he doesn't, he will suffer the consequences, and if he does, he will reap the benefits. I will continue to make videos on this, but the last thing I'll tell you tonight is another phrase you can use when the kids are running around the house. Just say, walking feet, and they look down at their feet, and they start walking. They do it. I learned that when a preschool I worked at, and it really works. So I hope this helped someone. Please stay tuned for more videos and more tips, because I have a lot of them. And I really enjoy doing this. I'm very passionate about childcare. So I really care about these kids. I told the child the little boy, the 5-year-old, the other night, I said, you know why I get upset with you and I try to, redirect you? Why? And I said, because I care about you. I care about the person you turn out to be. You're not just a paycheck to me. I want them to know that I care. I do it for their benefit. So, love you guys. Thanks for coming to the huddle, and be safe.